Hey guys, it's M4J here, and welcome back to the M4J factory here on Factorio. You might have noticed, if you look at the UI down at the bottom, for example, we have updated the game. We've updated to 0.17 point something. I can't remember exactly what it is. What that means is I have to research a lot of stuff again, because when the game updated, a lot of stuff got lost. I think pretty much all of the mods that we were using have been updated for this version of Factorio. I did download them. You can sync mods with save, which is always one of my favorite buttons in the game. I was trying to see, this doesn't feel like 4K to me, but it could well be. I don't know. It probably is. Just felt like the UI was a little bit big. But we are going to have to redo a lot of research, so we'll get that cracking. Watch that fly through, no problems there. That's my phone beeping in the background, apologies for that. So yeah, we're going to fly through the research as quickly as possible right now. Steel axe. I didn't think axes were in the game anymore. Thought they were taken out. The place I want to get to nice and quickly is the logistics. Is there a search? Yeah, there is. Logistic rail. I'm hoping that's on here because my entire factory is based around that. So that would be slightly problematic. I'm just going to quickly Google, actually. Factorio logistic train network. What are we on? 0.17? We'll check if this is a thing. Mainly because it does say Factorio version 0.14 to 0.17. So I'm hoping it's in here somewhere. Maybe we just have to do a lot of research to get it. Also, all the recipes have changed, which means we are going to have to go through and like rebuild a lot of the factory, which I kind of knew was going to happen at some point, sooner rather than later. So the fact that it's happened now, I'm okay with. You are not the best example. Oh yeah, also I was updating my copper smelter when I updated the game with all the new belts, red belts. I don't even know if we have access to red belts at the moment. I have no idea. What have we got here? Automated rail transportation. Enables building train stops to set up automated train routes. Really? You have to research that? I don't remember researching that at the start of the game. Maybe you do. Maybe you do. Right. Chemical. Fly through these as quick as possible. We'll check actually what the recipes are for these. So that's now walls. Didn't used to be walls. And that now needs sulfur. Interesting. These look like they're the same. It's very interesting. Yeah, I think a lot of stuff has had its recipe changed. What about the robots? What do they need? Oh, they're the same. And roboports. As long as that's the same, because the robots are going to be what does all the building for us, essentially. So we need to make sure that that's all still going to happen, effectively. We've got to make sure that the robots still get built and still get used. Otherwise, we're in trouble. But yeah, we're going to have to do a lot of ripping out. So the copper factory that we've got down here, this is fine to stay as is. But all the sciences are going to have to get redone. All the circuits, I think, are going to have to get redone. What this is a really good excuse to go through and rebuild a lot of the old factory to get it up to code and working again. So it's a really nice excuse to sort of reboot the series and start again. Because what are we up to? Episode 39, I think this is. And things were getting a little bit stale, if I'm being honest. And I'm being very honest. Things were getting awfully stale. Just trying to sit through it all, really. It's like waiting for things to happen. It was getting very, very tiresome, shall we say. I just want to find out I might have to re-download the mod Because that would be very handy. I'm just reading through the forum for it right now. For logistic train stops, that is, by the way. Because I want to get those working. It's cool, he's actually put the code for it there as well, which is very handy. Logistic train network on 0.17. I might have to just re-download the mod and stick it back into the mod folder to get the mod. So I'll do that between episodes. I think we'll do a quick, like 20-minute, 30-minute video today, and then for Thursday I will go through and try and get that mod downloaded again. Because if we can get the trains running again, we'll be fine. If we can't, then that's when we're in trouble, because we can't get the science over to the science factory. Oh, the autofill mod doesn't work anymore either. That's annoying. Do I have coal? Yeah. I'm going to have to try and get used to what all the new... oy vey. What all the new asset icons look like as well. Oh, you're on auto mode. Switch you to manual. And stop. So yeah, all of these trains, effectively, are messed up. So I'm going to have to go around the entire network, find all of these trains, and do something with them. And there's a lot of them, as you can see. But first of all, let's head up to the science outpost and just check that we've got enough science coming through. There's red, there's green, we've got blue, and we've got purple, pink, I don't know what that is actually. Let's press Alt, get the icons back up. So what we haven't got coming through is military science. We also haven't got, this I think is yellow science, yeah, yellow science. We haven't got that coming through yet either. But good news is, stuff is getting researched. So we can pretty much bomb through all of this by the looks of it. So that's no problem. I think logistics is where we need to focus on right now. Laser turrets and stuff like that, we'll fix the military science before we worry about that. So what have we got that's already researched? Got railway, signals, stops, logistics 2. So some stuff's carried over, just not everything. Maybe it's already been researched then. We just need to rebuild them. Because it did say, when I first loaded up the game, it had the list of assets that had transferred over and a list of assets that hadn't. And it had 100 logistic train stops that had transferred over, and then 32 that hadn't. And I figured that was the 32 that I was holding hadn't transferred over, but the rest had. And that could still be the case. But it is just train stop. There's no... What are you? Distractor capsule. Ooh. Yeah, there's no logistic train stop, so I don't know where it's gone. Is it on my requester? It's not, is it? And then it's also not on here. Mind you, I haven't looked at what... Whoops. I haven't looked at what these look like. They're just train stops, aren't they? So in theory, these are set up again. I've just got to put the stops back in. So that's not too big an issue. That's not too big an issue. So, I'll just do another quick Google search. Factorio 0.17 no logistic train. It has been tested with Factorio version 0.17.69. So it looks like I might have to go and download it again. But like I said, I'm okay with that. As long as it's just a simple case of re-downloading it and putting it back in the folder, I'm absolutely fine. If there's a few more little things here and there that need to be done, it might be a bit more troublesome, but we'll push through. But yeah, between episodes also, I will start to set up the ripping out of all of the science areas, which is a shame actually, because we've only just built them. But it gives us a chance to redo a lot of it, especially the black science, military science. We really messed that. I really messed that up. I don't know why I keep saying we. You guys didn't build it. I did. I really messed it up. So I'm gonna have to go fix that. Beyond that, there's probably a few other bits and pieces of the network that I could rebuild. I did find oil. That was the big news I was going to say at the start of this episode. Over here, got crude oil with a yield of 1736%, which was very, very good news. So you might remember last episode, I think it was, I was moaning because I couldn't find any oil. Found some there. If I'm rebuilding the factory, it gives me an opportunity to perhaps get some more of this yield here as well. And then beyond that, there was something else. I think I researched coal liquefaction at one point as well. So we'll turn coal, because we've got loads of coal mines, as you can see around here, or loads of coal potential mines around here. We'll turn all of that into oil as well, and then into petroleum and all the other stuff that comes from that. Rocket fuel, sure. Why not? Do you know what? I might make this a 15-minute episode, just to say, you know, we're back, things are going to be working, and then also list all the things that are broken and that we have to go and fix. I'm going to stop saying as well, because that's really annoying. So yeah, we'll go ahead and I'll go ahead and re-download the mod. I'll try and replace as many of the stops as possible. This area here, the science drop-off, is going to remain the same anyway, so we don't need to worry too much about changing stuff here. One thing I haven't done actually is had a look at what the game looks like now. So a lot of the assets have changed in appearance slightly. So the steel chests now look like they're actually made of steel rather than wood with a little bit of iron tacked on the side. The belts, you can see here, the belts have been made to look a little bit more like belts rather than just you know, flat bits of ground that happen to move in a unidirection. What else looks different? I'm sure the locos look a little bit different. Maybe not too much. There's a few little tweaks here and there, and some of the really cool features I like about this update are things like this. The upgrade planner, the blueprints, and the deconstruction planner are all in the UI now. They're not items that you have to carry around. I think you can still carry around, yeah, you can still carry around the actual blueprints, but the upgrade planner and the deconstruction planner are part of the UI now. You can also turn on and off your personal roboport. I don't think you could do that via here before. Copy, paste, also good. You can now have landfill as a blueprint, so that will mean when I'm building rails across lakes, for example, I can place it all as a single blueprint, including the landfill. I think you can put landfill in blueprints with other items. I haven't actually checked that yet. And you can undo deconstruction of a locomotive. Oh, so that means if I click this, does the loco reappear on the track? That's quite cool. You can also cut and paste stuff as well, which is good. So yeah, I think that's pretty much the highlights of what's new. Different looking assets. The game looks spectacular still. Little tweaks here and there I'm a big fan of. The fact the walls now don't have gaps between them, it's all one big solid object. That's also nice to see. And then the other thing I should have mentioned is a lot of the recipes have now changed, as you've already seen. So things like electronic circuits, I think the ratio has changed, but the ingredients are actually the same. I think that's the case with a lot of this stuff. Looks like we can still produce robots though, which is good. Blue circuits, that's now sulfuric acid. I think that used to be plastic. Now it's sulfuric acid. So there's a few things, as I say, that are different now. This looks the same, thankfully. And green circuits look the same. So we don't have to rip out the circuit productions. Looks like that can all stay relatively consistent. It's just the other stuff that needs changing. Alright then, we'll wrap things up here then. I'll go and re-download the mod, and we'll try and get that working for next time. So until then, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button if you enjoyed the video, and of course if you're enjoying the series. There wasn't much to enjoy today, to be honest, but I don't know, some people might still be pumped up about the reboot of the series. Who knows? But yeah, thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button. Drop some comments down below with ideas for future episodes. Also check out all my other series as well if you haven't done so already. There's a lot of stuff very similar to Factorio in terms of building and creating and things like that, so do check those out if you haven't done so already. Besides that, if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, be sure to hit the subscribe button. Like I said, plenty more content like this coming up in the near future. If you have already subscribed to the channel, thank you guys for your continued support. And the final thing, because I haven't mentioned it in this series before, check out the M4J Media website. Brand new, came out a couple of weeks ago. Published a couple of weeks ago. It wasn't released, it was just published. Anyway, yeah, check that out. It's got some good stuff on there as well. There'll be some interaction pages for all my current series on there in the near future as well, so feel free to go check those out. Yeah, thanks again for watching, and until next time, I'll see you soon.